someone will make a comment and everyone will keep repeating it as if it's gospel without even thinking for themselves. So I'm going to debunk one of the comments that I've been getting about my video of Wakanda Forever. So it's read a Black Panther comic book and try again, or the infamous tell me you've never read the comic book without even telling me. So in the comic book, Black Panther was married to Storm and they had a child. However, this wasn't in the movie. And it was T'Challa that fought Namor, not Siri. So you mean to tell me that the movie actually did not follow the comic book and it deviated? No. So tell me you didn't read the comic book without telling me you didn't read the comic book.
Message! It's Jaunti, boy.
People, you're probably wondering, why take it so seriously? It's just a film. It's fictional. And everyone is entitled to an opinion. You're right. You're absolutely right. We all entitled to an opinion. So let's agree to disagree. But once you have the facts, there should be no rebuttals against those. Especially if you know what the facts are, which are the comics. A few people have been hitting me up in the DMs. Some hit me up on my YouTube comments. Some hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So instead of just responding to everybody's messages and all these rebuttals back and forth, let me point out that certain people, some people, I'm not gonna say their names, but I'll post their comments. We're gonna read the comments soon. But before I do that, let me get one thing clear. People act like I don't know what I'm talking about. Some people assume that I don't have no idea what the Black Panther storyline is all about. Shout out to Sherry. I'm a huge Black Panther fan. I know all about Black Panther. But as far as I'm concerned, you don't tell somebody what they don't know when they're trying to clearly state the same exact fact that other people are stating as well. I just think it's ridiculous how people are telling me that I have no idea what I'm talking about. Like I stated in my last video, my father once said, you're not going to go by every single aspect of the comics. Every Superman movie, every Batman movie, every Spider-Man movie, every superhero movie does not go by the comics piece by piece. And I understand that. But when it comes to killing the main character, knowing that he has unfinished business, because the person who portrayed that character has passed, that character has to die with the actor, that doesn't make any sense. So let's get into these comments and I'm going to show you exactly how foolish it is. We're on my YouTube channel. This is the video that I posted a couple of days ago about how I felt about the film after watching it. Let's go into that comment, what I saw earlier. Okay, here's one right here by T Compound. Nobody can replace Chadwick, but somebody can replace T'Challa. That is the entire point I was trying to make.
Chadwick Boseman is an actor. He is a man who lived in our world. He is not a fictional character. Why is it that this fictional character has to die off because he passed away? It doesn't make any sense, and it becomes even weirder when I think about the fact that Thunderbolt Ross, played by William Hurt, is already being recast and this man just died. But then there are those who say he was a minor role, he wasn't that big of a deal. Why are we stepping upon the lives of people like that so easily? This man was an OG character from the original part of the MCU that came out in 2008. He was here before Chadwick and he was here after Chadwick, and yet nobody cares about that because he was a minimalistic side role to certain people. But yet, if he was such a minimalistic role, why are we even recasting? Why can't we just throw the role away? Let it die off with William Hurt. They have no problem recasting William Hurt's role, even though it was so minor, but a gigantic role like that of T'Challa is so easily thrown in the trash so that others can shine. That logic feels backwards to me.
Message!
We can't get back Chadwick. God bless his soul. We can't get him back. But we could get back T'Challa because one, he's a fictional character. He's not real. Anybody could play that character. We just got to find the one who could do a great job. Like, for instance, everyone believes that Christopher Reeve will always be the best Superman. He died a long time ago. That film was made back in the 70s. Ever since then, ever since he got into his accident where it made him paralyzed, there were other men who portrayed his role, continued that legacy. And to this day, Henry Cavill, we call him the best Superman yet of our generation. Let me point out there. Henry Cavill is the best Superman of our generation, of this era. But yet, Christopher Reeve is the best Superman of all time.
If we have to live in a world where Robin and Batgirl got to figure out how to move on without Batman, just go ahead and wrap this story. Because they done had 24 Batmen and we could only have one Black Panther. We done have 4 or 5 Supermen, but only one Black Panther. As soon as we get one great Black King and he dies off, all right, that's it, y'all. That's it. That's it for you. Come on now. That don't make no type of sense. We done had 3 or 4 Spider-Mans and only one Black Panther. We can't be like that, y'all. That's stuff like that holds us back. And as the family of Chadwick Boseman said, his brother said, Chadwick Boseman would not want the Black Panther to die with him. We lost Chadwick, but T'Challa must live on. Shuri, she did her thing. She did her thing as a Black Panther. But I'm gonna be real with you. We gonna have to recast T'Challa.
Message.
But don't just stand there and say, oh, Chadwick passed, so we got to take this character with him. There's no one else who can replace T'Challa. Yes, there can be. Anywho, let me find that comment. Here it is right here. Here's one of them. Who was going to take this role in this movie and ignore everything that was happening in real time with the entire cast and crew? Do you not remember they started filming this movie 2 weeks or a month after Chadwick died? This movie was going to be all about T'Challa and his son and the 5 years he missed during the snap and all the things that happened while T'Challa and Shuri were gone.
T'Challa Jr. potentially grow up and become Black Panther down the road. Who is T'Challa Jr., bro? I've never heard of this character. I've heard about T'Challa having a son with Storm in an alternate universe, but not this. Nakia and T'Challa have a son way out here in the bushes while he's trying to be the king of Wakanda. So he's an absentee father.
Message.
Here it is. That was a choice they did not have to make. They choose to make the movie. Nate Moore stated that Disney said that they came to them and said they would do whatever they wanted. That including recasting. That including delaying or getting someone else to direct the movie because they were too emotionally compromised. So no, they were not backed into a corner and had to kill T'Challa. They made that choice, and it's silly how people are defending them for exploiting Chadwick's death and killing off T'Challa as collateral damage and selling movie tickets to their version of Chadwick's funeral. It's disgusting and yes, has ruined the franchise. T'Challa was in the comics 10 years before Chadwick was even born and is still alive and well in the comics. That proves my point. And he also responded to, he responded to one of my messages. He said this as well. Where are the other black male actors who everyone is talking about that was going to carry this movie and pretend that Chadwick Boseman's absence was not going to be noticed? Really? Chadwick's gone, my friend. In this movie, he was still gone. Even if they didn't kill him off, how else were you going to see Chadwick besides flashbacks?
T'Challa is gone. Which is sad. I honestly wish they just recast.
Yeah.
Cause it's like we're losing 2 people. You know what I mean? So that's already messing me up.
You killed T'Challa, right? You killed him off because he died.
Right.
Then you killed his mama, my nigga. What's left?
Why?
And you don't want to recast T'Challa? You killing everybody that matters in this motherfucker.
Just so you know, they kill off a character in this movie that I didn't expect them to do. And when they did it, I took a piss break. I was pissed. Like, I literally was pissed, and I went to take a piss break. I was just like, what are y'all... They definitely should have hashtag Recast T'Challa. They definitely should have. I can even appreciate what they were trying to do with how they start the story off. But it just did not work for me.
But given what I saw, I think they should have recast him. I think it would have set better. The story would have flowed better.
Message.
This was a white guy. He said he had a lot of black friends who say the movie was not good, but they would call him racist if he would have opinionated it himself. I'll say no matter what race you are entitled to an opinion, point blank. I walked out of the theater confused and petrified. I didn't think Marvel would ruin the narrative about the continuation of T'Challa, but instead they killed them off, leaving so many loopholes in the film. The same person whose comment I read earlier, he responded to my comment. You guys really don't understand anything about the Black Panther character. Shuri does become the Black Panther in the comics. She is not going to stay the Black Panther. That's what I said in my last video. We all know that. Everything in this movie was to honor Chadwick and for the cast and crew to honor their friend. This moves the Black Panther franchise forward. Now you can recast a younger actor to play T'Challa without the pressure of trying to replace Chadwick. And that's your problem, brother. You so focused on replacing Chadwick. We can't place Chadwick, but we can replace T'Challa. This was supposed to be a Black Panther film. Mark my words. This was supposed to be the Black Panther film. This was a Black Panther film without the Black Panther. And what I mean by Black Panther, I'm talking about T'Challa. We all know Shuri becomes a Black Panther. It's in the comics. So yeah, they took bits and pieces from the comics and put it in the film. That was going to happen regardless. It was inevitable. Even if Chadwick himself was still here, Shuri would still become the Black Panther one way or another. But that doesn't support the fact that they killed that character off because the person that portrayed that character is gone. Of course we want to pay homage to Chadwick and whatnot.
This was a mixed bag for me. This was a mixed bag for me. There was some things that I really did like, but I thought it was just going to be one, but there was a couple of creative decisions that they made in this film.
A lot of questions.
Why? Why would you do it, Marvel? Why? Why would you make these decisions, Marvel? I don't mean to be disrespectful to Kevin Feige, to Ryan Coogler, to Nate Moore, to everybody involved in this, and I know it was hard. I mean, y'all had to really, come together and make this film for us to entertain us, and thank you for your efforts. And I was gonna give you the benefit of the doubt when it came to a few things, but look, there was just some things right now. It's inexcusable. I'm upset. I'm upset. I want to. Okay. Wow.
You just want to. Okay.
Why would you do this?
That's why I didn't like the film, because it created too many loopholes. This movie is a huge representation of the African community, the Black community, and this is what happens to us. That's why the first movie was a huge success. It turned a lot of lives around. The person who sent me that comment, people like you are so focused on replacing Chadwick instead of replacing T'Challa. Or just because we didn't replace T'Challa, we want to pay homage and a tribute to Chadwick. Chadwick would have wanted this. Relating to the comics, it did not do its job. That's how I feel. You can agree to disagree, and I respect that. But this is how I feel, and I'm not the only one. It is what it is. The truth speaks for itself. Our truth. Recast T'Challa. One love, guys.